Are you feeling pulled in different directions, trying to embrace change while still holding on to what matters most to you? Managing change can be tricky, especially when you're trying to stay grounded in your values and maintain a sense of stability in your life. But here's the thing, you can navigate change and still hold firm to what's important to you. Today we're going to explore how to strike that balance, how to embrace new opportunities and transitions while staying true to your goals, values, and what makes you feel secure. If you've been searching for ways to manage change without losing your sense of stability, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Lynn with Life Reimagined with Lynn. I'm so glad you've joined me today because this is a topic that I've seen so many women struggle with, and it's one I'm deeply passionate about. Over the years, I've worked with women navigating all kinds of transitions, personal, professional, and everything in between. And I've learned that while change is inevitable, it doesn't have to mean chaos or losing sight of your goals. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you can welcome change and stay rooted in your core values. Today, I want to share with you what I've learned about maintaining stability while embracing change. One thing I've found over the years is that change, by its very nature, often feels disruptive. It can throw off our routines, challenge our expectations, and push us into unfamiliar territory. And that's a big part of why so many of us feel uneasy when faced with change. It's not about adapting to something new. It's about managing the fear that we'll lose our footing and that we'll be swept away in the momentum of change and lose sight of the things that matter most to us. But here's what I've discovered. You can navigate change without letting go of your values, your goals, or your sense of who you are. It's all about how you approach the process. One of the most important things I've learned is that balance doesn't come from resisting change or trying to control every outcome. It comes from staying grounded in what's important to you, no matter what changes are happening around you. From my experience, I've found that the first step in maintaining balance during times of change is to get really clear on your core values. What are your non-negotiables in life? What do you need in order to feel grounded and secure? For some people, it might be their health, their family, or sense of purpose. For others, it might be a daily routine or a creative outlet. Whatever it is for you, getting clear on these priorities helps create a foundation that you can return to when everything around you is shifting. I've worked with women who are going through significant life changes, career transitions, personal shifts, new opportunities, and they were afraid that in the process they'd lose themselves or drift away from what they cared about. But once they identified their core values, they realized that these could serve as an anchor, something that kept them steady when the waves of change were crashing all around them. In my own life, I've found that no matter how much change is happening, when I stay connected to my values, I feel more grounded and less overwhelmed. Another key to balancing change with stability is staying connected to your long-term goals. Change often feels destabilizing because it can make us question whether we're still on the right path or whether our goals even matter anymore. But I've found that while change may shift the way we approach our goals, it doesn't necessarily have to change the goals themselves. It's okay for your journey to look different than you expected. It doesn't mean you're off track. For example, I've seen women who felt they needed to put their goals on hold while navigating a life transition. But what they realized was that they didn't have to sacrifice their goals. They just had to be flexible in how they pursued them. Whether it was finding new ways to make progress or just adjusting their timeline, they were able to keep moving forward without feeling like they were losing their sense of stability. In my experience, when you stay focused on your bigger vision, even small steps can help you maintain a sense of momentum and purpose. I've also found that one of the most effective ways to balance change with stability is to create routines and habits that ground you. When everything else feels uncertain, having a few consistent practices can give you a sense of control and stability. Whether it's a morning routine, an exercise habit, or simply carving out time for yourself each day. These small, intentional practices help you stay centered amidst the change. In my own life, I've gone through periods of rapid change, and what kept me feeling grounded were the small daily routines I held on to. These practices didn't have to be big or complicated. Sometimes it was as simple as starting my day with a few minutes of quiet reflection or making time to exercise. But those routines gave me a sense of structure and stability, even when everything else felt up in the air. I've worked with women who found that by holding on to certain habits, they were able to feel more anchored, more in control, and better able to handle the changes happening around them. Another important aspect of maintaining change while maintaining stability is staying flexible. One of the biggest misconceptions about balance is that it means everything will be perfectly even or smooth. But in reality, balance often looks more like ebbing and flowing. Sometimes you'll need to lean more into the change, and other times you'll need to focus more on stability. The key is to be able to be flexible enough to adjust as needed without losing sight of what's important. Remember, be the willow tree, not the oak. I've worked with so many women who thought embracing change meant that they had to let go of everything that brought them comfort and stability. But what they found was that it's possible to adapt to new circumstances while staying true to what matters most. From my experience, when you're flexible in your approach, when you're open to shifting your plans or trying new things without abandoning your values, that's when you find true balance. Unfortunately, balancing change with stability is about trusting yourself. Trust that you know what's best for you. Trust that you can adapt to change without losing yourself in the process. I've seen women come out of transition stronger, more confident, and more aligned with their goals than ever before, not because they avoided change, but because they embraced it while staying connected to their core values and purpose. As you move through your own transitions, remember that balance isn't about perfection. It's about being intentional. It's about knowing what grounds you, what fuels you, and what your priorities are. And when you approach change from that place of clarity, you'll find that it's not only possible to manage change, but thrive through it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're leaving this video with a renewed sense of clarity about how to embrace change while staying grounded in your values and goals. If today's message resonated with you, be sure to subscribe to Life Reimagined with Lynn so you don't miss the rest of the series. In the next video, we'll explore how to thrive in new chapters of life by embracing creativity and exploration. So be sure to watch that one too. And if you're ready for more personal support as you navigate your own transitions, I'm offering a limited number of one-on-one coaching sessions where you can dive deeper into your unique journey. You can find the link in the description below to book your session. Remember, you don't have to choose between embracing change and staying grounded. You can do both. You've got this, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. See you in the next video.